Peace, grace, and peace, everyone. This is Pastor Trevor, and we are at the Amasha kickoff podcast. I'm super excited because I have some amazing minds, some amazing servant leaders, and guess what? They all go to Impact Fellowship Church right down the street from St. John's Apartments in the city of Richmond, California. Let's react. I got reactions down here. Let's thank God for our Richmond community, our irresistible community at IFC. This is all about our church and our community and how we are bridging the gap beyond the four walls so that we can make a difference in furtherance of our vision, which is transforming lives through power and demonstration. But also, we want to make God real by being his hands and feet every day of the week. And so let's introduce everybody who's on today's episode. You can just go as popcorn. I already introduced myself.
Go ahead, Chairman. I see you.
No. By all means, right after you.
Grace and peace, everyone. This is Assistant Pastor Melanie Turner, Assistant Pastor alongside Pastor Trevor Cooper at IFC and a participant of this wonderful organization that we know as Amasha Hope.
Awesome. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Antoine, Evangelist Antoine for at IFC and also in the community. But I have the wonderful privilege of serving as the chairman for Amasha Hope. It is my pleasure to speak with you all today, and I look forward to conversations that we will have as we progress through the rest of this calendar year. I hope that you all will take away the love, the excitement that we will be bringing with some amazing ideas, some plans that we can also speak about at this time about what the love and the excitement and the innovation and what that will look like and how that will manifest to better serve the lives of the students and their families there at St. John's. So I'm super excited. I know I could be long-winded, and I said I would only speak with less than just no more than 10 words. I've really exceeded that. So this is the part where I digress, and Sister Jasmine will give it to you.
Thank you, Melanie and Antoine. Grace and peace. I'm Jasmine, Sister Jasmine. I am so excited to be part of the Amasha Task Force, the Amasha community, and also the IFC community. And we are all so excited to let you know the fun things, the exciting things, the blessed things that are going on with Amasha coming forward.
Awesome. I love she said the blessed things and everything that our hands touch, because we're already blessed, is blessed. And so we're transmitting blessings through our mission, which is to provide pathways to economic prosperity. Where does the money reside? In underserved communities, urban communities, through three ways: nutrition, education, and employment. It hits the human condition in three different ways. We're super excited to have a response to that in this short conversation that we're going to have. What does Amasha mean? Amasha is Zulu for new ones. And we came across this about 3 years ago at a meeting at our church's headquarters in Virginia. And we said, I believe this is the name of our hands and feet in the community. Amasha is new ones, and we added the word hope. We want those who come in contact with Amasha Hope to have hope and a new lease on life, powered by God's amazing grace. Let's move quickly now into our plans for the year. We've really condensed lots of conversation, an actual vision document called a V2 Mom, into these quick points so that you can come alongside us in this conversation. And so we have worked very hard to put together a plan, an action plan for this year. And I'm super excited to talk quickly about what you should expect and can expect for the rest of this quarter. I'll hand it over to our chairman to talk about the community kickoff event.
Thank you very much, Pastor Trevor. So I'm super excited. So in quarter one, we will be doing a community kickoff event, launching the a very own space that we have at St. John's community, specifically for Amasha Hope. And so we have been doing some painting, some rearranging, and some this and some that, all of the things to really make it a very special and unique place for those children and their families. So we're going to start off Q1 in the dates will be coming soon. We're leaning towards the end of March or the very beginning of April, although I think we'll be leaning towards the first Saturday of April, where we'll be having the kickoff event launching the Kids Zone. And we'll be offering some nutritious things and some educational things, some community things, and all the things. So I'm super excited. So we're going to start off Q1 with the community kickoff event. Focus on the launching of the Kids Zone. So please stay tuned. I am on the East Coast, but I do plan to be there for this. So I look forward to seeing you all in person. And since it is a blessed thing, I also look forward to the right hand of fellowship.
Awesome.
So please stay tuned.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, the Kids Zone has been in the works, from what I know, to be several months. And I must highlight the fact that we have a space that we can call home within the St. John's community, but we don't want to be remiss. We want to make it clear that IFC children and families are also welcome to come to the launch of the Kids Zone. We want to make sure that I don't want to call names, but our children at IFC know that there is a place that they can go. They can go anytime, but certainly when we're having events to participate in the Kids Zone, that's where everything is going to go down. It's all about the kids. We love the kids. And so we're super excited about this launch. I mean, it's going to be a state-of-the-art place, but more than anything, a safe place for kids, because we don't have a lot of safe places for kids outside of their own homes. All right, so quickly, we'll move into Q2. What are we expecting to happen in Q2, Chairman? And feel free, Sister Jasmine and Pastor Melanie, to chime in. I know our conversations really talked about student success and the opportunity divide that we realize is a real thing in the lives of not only school-age children, but young adults as well. Can you talk about the importance of these workshops towards these populations?
Oh, absolutely. And I will need to lean on your Pastor Melanie and Sister Jasmine for the intricate details of this, but this is where I'm super excited. So those of you who are familiar with Amasha and what we've been doing, particularly so the St. John community, and even for members of the IFC family, we've been doing a homework help club is what we've done for like the past two years or past 2 summers. So what we're going to pivot now and move towards is more of like an advocacy. Like an advocacy type of a student success model. And what that would entail is like providing support for those students and families who need assistance with advocating for student achievement as it relates to the education system. We're going to detail about that later on. But in terms of the Q3 programming, we're going to be doing some back to school type of programming in addition to some small workshops specifically for families and students. Now, Sister Jasmine, Pastor Bill, if you can give me just a little bit of information regarding what people can expect or look forward to for just some of those workshops. And also, if you can speak a little bit about it's being child or student specific versus being parent and adult or young adult specific as well. Because as Pastor said, we in here for the long haul and we're going to help everybody. So we do believe that blessings in the forms of like education or resources or support really does pass and trickle down or slide over.
Okay, you all, definitely. Let's talk about what those workshops will entail and why are they important. I know that when we hear workshops, we hear the word work. And so it's not going to be work. It's to come alongside and add value to what you're already doing and interested in. So it won't be where you're going to be put to work. But we want to know, I believe in these workshops, what's going on and how can we add value to make school easy and school effective. And perhaps you're already out of school. Well, what can I do to be upskilled and to actually put more into my resume and my career goals? So how can these workshops help this broad range of ages?
I'm so glad that this question was presented because what we have come to understand in our conversation is that student support is not a singular channel or a singular method of supporting them. Homework help was a great catalyst as far as being able to build relationship and rapport with the young people and their families. But we came to discover that the level of support, or at least the layers of support, go beyond when they come home from school. It's more about addressing the needs that are showing up in school, and how to equip the students and or their caregivers in making sure that those needs are addressed and met. So a lot of what we are hoping to present to you all through these workshops are just the opportunities that are available and the resources that are available to students, to their families, to young adults who are trying to upskill so that they can be marketable and presentable to the workforce. Just give them skills, give them language, give them scenarios, give them opportunities to practice what it means to recognize their environment, recognize their needs, voice those needs, and take the necessary steps to get those needs met.
Oh, wow. Wonderfully stated. It really sounds like these workshops are going to meet people at the level that they're at, with some individualized attention and really redirecting parents as well as students to the resources that are already available, but in a safe and reaffirming environment.
Absolutely. And we have a wealth of knowledge between us. I know Pastor Melanie works for Oakland Unified School District. I've worked for years in special education with Berkeley Unified School District. So we're well equipped to help you and to find the resources that you need. And I know Pastor Trevor himself is currently advocating and being a liaison between a student and her school needs, which is a really beautiful help for her and her family. And so with our knowledge and partnering with different programs and agencies, we got you covered, we got what you need, and we know who to find and who to guide you to for what you need for different workshops. And the workshops, like Pastor Melanie was saying, Minister Melanie, it's really practical. It's life skills that are going to be valuable to young adults, to your families. It's going to be a really wonderful, beneficial addition to the skills that you already are amazing at.
Wow. I mean, this sounds like it's right on time. I think I need to go to a workshop or two, but I'm certainly going to be there. As the executive director of our program, Sister Jasmine will be there. We pray that Antoine, our chair, will be there, and Melanie, who is really, really versed in advocacy already. And then I see on screen we have Vacation Bible School. So it's interesting that people, citizens of our irresistible community, are going to be volunteering in the community and then pointing them back to the church for Christian education. So anybody want to talk about this bridge that we're traveling both ways? We're leaving the four walls and going into the community, and then we're going back to the church after serving in the community. How does that feel, and what does that look like?
Well, it sounds like a beautiful walk between two wonderful places of love, unconditional love, to be exact. But in regards to the Vacation Bible School, so we would decide on a week in quarter two, where we will do some Christian education. Amasha Hope will be partnering with IFC Department of Art, Music and Arts, the Ministry of Music and Arts, the youth ministry, the helps and hospitality and wellness ministry as well, to ensure that although we'll be providing some Christian education in Vacation Bible School, it'll be a wonderful time for families and children to fellowship as well. So I look forward to seeing each of you. I don't know if I'll be there for the whole week. I'm going to try, but I do look forward to seeing you at that times, and also tapping into additional resources that may be on a need basis at that time as well. Again, there's a wealth of knowledge and resources that's in-house and at our fingertips. So look forward to seeing you.
Absolutely the case. Well, I do know that we're looking at an evening time Vacation Bible School, which is better for adults that work during the day. And we will confirm the vacation, I think a 5-day vacation Bible school. If you don't live in the Richmond community, then we will have shuttles that will carry to and from Vacation Bible School. I remember making friends as a kid with Vacation Bible School with kids who didn't go to my school. And it was always a good time, particularly because they had free food and drinks in the evening times. Awesome. Well, quickly, let's move into Q3. And Vacation Bible School would be in June. So that's like right after school ends, which I believe is still the end of Q2. So Q3 is when the summer's coming to a close. This back to school jamboree. Anybody want to talk about the back to school jamboree? I know about it, but I want y'all to talk about it.
Well, that's is what we did with some local agencies. What did we do last year? Who was it with the Richmond?
The Bay Area Rescue Mission.
Okay, the Bay Area Rescue. Yes.
Which is in Richmond.
Which is in Richmond, yes, absolutely.
Oh no, I'm on the East Coast, but I'm learning. I'm trying. I just learned how to say Contra Costa. Anyways, we'll come back to that. I digress.
Coco County, that's it. Coco.
Right.
Because I'm learning. With the Bay Area Rescue Mission or Rescue for the backpack giveaway. So we look forward to that, in addition to some other things and other programming that we'll be doing as well. And if anyone wants to speak to that, please feel free to do so.
I will say, I'm sorry. But the Bay Area Rescue Mission, before we had Amasha Hope, IFC would donate thousands of dollars every year to the Bay Area Rescue Mission. So when we have issues where people are homeless or displaced, we have a private number that we can call that will jump our church people ahead of the line so that they're housed. So this is a relationship that goes back years prior to Amasha Hope. I want to say that because they are a strategic partner of IFC that now they do a jamboree and it serves the entire city. And so we're just happy to be in league with them. I'm sorry, Sister Jasmine.
Oh, no worries. I was just kind of going to echo what you said. I love that the Bay Area Rescue Mission is in the community, just like right across the street from St. John Apartments. And so, and word of mouth just gets everyone knowing that right before school starts, they do an amazing back to school drive, backpacks, all the goodies, food. And it's been a really good benefit to the children and their families, with not only having the materials and the resources to go back to school with the backpacks, but also just pumping kids up and getting them ready and excited for the new school year.
Absolutely. I remember being asked to lead prayer. It's a whole service because Bay Area Rescue Mission is a Christian organization. So if you are a recipient of their services, they have Christian education built into their homeless shelters. They separate women and children from the men, but they all are required to go to church or to go to their services in exchange for staying there. And I think that it is so important to have a parallel between human need and spiritual need. Okay, so I also see the activation of student success for the school year. What does that mean? I do recall in our conversations that when school lets out, it's a great time to recalibrate and assess the successes and areas of opportunity for children who might be on IEPs or require additional supports and accommodations. So in Q3, not only are we celebrating and at the Jamboree, but we also would want to be intentional about getting parents and children on track within the school system. Can somebody talk about the importance of that timing?
So we want to, again, I'm sorry, Pastor Martin, go on.
Well, I don't know what you were going to say already, Evangelist, but addressing needs at the beginning of the school year is critical for families, specifically because there are timelines that are attached to processes within the district. So if there are concerns of a need that has shown up or a need that has already been presented and it's changing, whatever the event may be, the life event, it's important to address them head on so that the process of getting that need met happens a lot sooner. Some processes, especially with IEP program planning, can take between 2 to 4 months, depending on what you're asking for the student to receive. It requires having an assessment plan, and then making sure that the district provides a representative to do the assessments, then report for the assessments, so on and so forth. We want to make sure that parents are equipped for not only what they need to ask for, but to expect when it will happen, presenting them with a timeline and the department heads that they need to reach out to ensure that what they're asking for happens, and it happens in a timely fashion. And that can apply to IEPs, 504 plans, which are a different kind of plan, or any kind of need associated with supporting student success.
Wow, it sounds like Amasha Hope pulls up one way or the other.
And I do want to just stress what Pastor Melanie had mentioned in terms of, like, it's really important to advocate at the beginning of the school year if you want to see a manifestation in real time of, if you want to get that need met, there are time constraints. So this is not just woke up and said, you know what, we're going to do this today. No, the fellowship, the partnerships, those connections are important to be made, during the quarter 1 and quarter 2, so we can get an idea of how to help you and your child specifically address those unique needs. That is the time. Wow. And I just want to, before we move into the next bullet point, this is not just a one-shot deal. Over the course of weeks, we will make sure that our parents and our children know what is going to happen from one school year to the next. So that means that the summer is that time to really come up with strategy and reset and manage expectations going into the new school year with a new backpack. Awesome. All right. So we want to quickly just touch on the Harvest Festival. We've had 2 of these already. This is our version of Hallelujah Night, because we use the multi-purpose space, and Amasha Hope is not in and of itself a church. We have to make sure that Harvest Festival is multicultural and non-religious, but our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, and so we can have church anywhere, even if it's with a costume on. Sister Jasmine, can you talk about the theme from last year and the success of that event?
Yes, absolutely. Last year, the Harvest Festival, around Halloween time, it was such a huge event. The community really came out and supported. Even community members were coming to help and volunteer, and that was such a blessing. The theme for this event, we strategically made it an ancient Egyptian theme, and that way we can showcase what we were doing at Amasha Hope on the education end. Students and their families came out and learned some fun facts about ancient Egypt. And so it wasn't so much Halloween themed, it was harvest. Harvest, and it was education themed, which was really nice. And the food was amazing. The families came out to help. We got to play games. We got to do a little educational aspect. We got to eat. And things went great overall. It was a really big success. I think maybe I would say we had at least maybe 100 people come in and out. Or maybe more. Yeah. And the build up to that, the launching to that was amazing too. I would see people at the mailbox and they would stop me and tell me how excited they were for what was coming up. And so it was an amazing event. It was very successful. The year prior, we also did another harvest event, which was just as successful. A lot of families there too. It was the first one that we did, so we built on and learned about from the first one to how to transition to do another second one, and it was really amazing to see.
Awesome. And from those events, we now know how to do events at St. John's. We want to make sure that the food and the drink and the energy is on point well in advance, and to shepherd those resources into the space so that it's a wonderful success for everyone and everyone leaves happy. And we want to say that the parents helped break down this last time, which was something that they didn't do the year before. So Amasha Hope is at work in the hearts and the minds of the community. And we're super excited to have management, Ms. LaShonda Miles, offering the multi-purpose space to us that we are recreating and reimagining for free. Amazing. We got the keys. Awesome. Last but not least is Q4. This is when the year sort of slows down. December is cut in half, and November is cut into 3 quarters because of the major Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. And so last year, Amasha Hope was very much in the trenches, but not necessarily on the front row. But we were supporting and building partnership pipelines in Richmond. There are 2 organizations that we are in partnership with. One is the Guardians for Justice, and the other is the Rosie the Riveter Trust. They came to us and said, we want to put together a toy drive for youth and teenagers, and can you help us sponsor the event? And Amasha Hope gave a check for $750 that went towards a major event. We'll share the photos in the Digital Fellowship Hall and in the presentation post-edit. But we want to say that Amasha Hope not only is operating at St. John's, but our long arms are operating across the city, including the city council. Miss Jamila Brown was just elected the District 1 city council member, and she and I have a personal relationship that we're going to leverage on behalf of St. John's and IFC, which sits in her district. So we now have the ear of government that now is aligned with IFC and these co-sponsoring organizations. Last year, we gave away turkeys at St. John's. We gave away 14 turkeys in partnership with Landmark Restoration Fellowship under Pastor Kim Heidelberg. We and her had a lunch together, and she said, oh, by the way, I have 14 turkeys. One of those turkeys went to Queen Mother Johnson at IFC because she has a big family. And the other turkeys went to St. John's. We want to double that amount. And hopefully we will be able to do that this year. Last but not least, IFC and Amasha Hope are in partnership to raise $25,000 this year. And I'm happy to announce that we are very, very close to our goal based on actual donations and pledges that are coming in. I'm happy to announce that we are, combined with pledges and actual donations, are at $20,000, excluding the $2,000 that have already been raised by our fundraiser for us through popcorn sales. So really, we are already at $23,000 combined. Let's give God a praise that it's only February and the work has already been substantially completed. And so we will be driving the fundraiser for us forward with the goal of closing the gap and meeting our goal of 25K and then exceeding it, because I feel Jesus right there. He's the one who does exceedingly and abundantly above we could ever ask or think, but we have so much more opportunity. People are constantly giving to Amasha Hope. And so we're going to easily exceed 25K sometime before the midpoint of the year. Any other thoughts before we get out of this episode with the roundtable?
Not for me, but I'm super excited. Again, I hope that this was informative for you and also inspiring on some level. And I hope that you all are excited, just as excited as we are, to meet you in the middle of the road, right where you are.
Thank you. Pastor Melanie or Sister Jasmine, let's make an appeal. Since you both have children and growing families, how can we connect IFC and Amasha Hope in St. John's together?
I definitely see the value in volunteering, especially for those who are also looking to upskill their marketable skills. Because Amasha Hope is a 501c3 organization, you can list your services in your resume. So anytime you participate in nonprofits and you are either learning or executing with certain skills that are marketable, you can put that on paper. And when you're looking for jobs that highlight or are looking for those kinds of skills, you can say you got them with IFC or you got them with Amasha Hope. So this is a mutually beneficial opportunity that we are extending to our ministry partners and outside network. Come see about us and see what you can glean, what you can learn, and see how you can contribute. And just look at what the Lord will do when you plant a seed of faith just by your actions, by giving your time, if not your talents and your treasures. If you're giving one of those T's, I promise you it's going to come back exponentially in Jesus' name. Because I'm a living witness.
Sister Jasmine, close us out if you will.
Yeah, so I just love how Amasha Hope is just a really beautiful organization for all ages. We got the little ones with to the school who please come and visit. Please come and visit our kids zone that we're opening. And then from the young adults to families who are older. And so as Melanie was saying, it's a beautiful organization for helping all, for sprucing up your resume, for learning skills, adding things to your resume. And I'm just excited. I love how this year we're intentionally breaking down the quarters and working really tediously to make sure each from January to December we're planning and we're covering and we're making sure that everything is here for you. And every point of the year, every season of the year. I know there's seasons where school startings, holidays. I'm just excited of what's coming up in the quarters.
Well, there you have
Very
it.
excited.
Thank you, Sister Jasmine. There you have it. Chair, you want to close us out with any final words?
I hope to see you soon. Be there or be square. Nonetheless, you are loved. Shalom.